Oh, good morning, everybody. Wednesday the 3rd, is it? Yeah, 3rd of June. We're kind of another week on, another week ahead of ourselves, and we're on the M6 heading up towards Preston. And the other day, Monday, the government decided just to relax the rules a little bit around lockdown. So there's more cars out, more people about. People are going back to work slowly but surely. I don't think it's a good thing, but that's just my personal opinion. And look at the weather. Yes. Lovely, lovely weather while everybody stayed at home. Now don't get me wrong, I know the economy can't withstand everybody staying at home. Commerce needs to go back and all the rest of it. I get that. But as soon as the floodgates opened, the weather turned. And again, I know the weather changes. I know we're in June. We've had some glorious weather. And for those that have stayed at home, it's been lovely. Apart from not being able to work and all that kind of jazz. But as soon as the floodgates have opened, quite literally, the weather's changed. So let's keep our fingers crossed that it all goes back to being sunny again at the weekend. So yesterday, normally I record on a Tuesday, but yesterday it all went a bit wrong. My first job got cancelled. I should have been going along the A14 to Colchester, but the job got cancelled first thing in the morning, and we ended up just doing a whole load of shunting work, which was a bit of a ball ache, if I'm honest, but there we go. It's work. Work is work. Doesn't matter where you go, doesn't matter where you drive. I probably shifted about a dozen trailers on off. And it was only about a 10-minute shunt, so round and round and round and round. And then we found ourselves heading up the M6 towards Preston, staying overnight at Charlotte Richard, which is where we've just left. And we're heading up to Preston with a whole load of paper rolls to be delivered at board 24. So we'll see how we go. We're coming off here at junction 31A, just a couple of miles, and then we're only about 5 minutes away. I've got 11 massive paper rolls on that take up the whole trailer. They look like extra big toilet rolls. So I'm going to have to get all my straps off, and I'm hoping, if I can get a bit of time before we go in, I'm not too sure what the score is when we get there. I'm hoping I might be able to get my camera up so you can see it being unloaded. But don't hold your breath, because you know what it's like. You turn up, you go in, and they don't give you 2 seconds. So we'll see how we go. Right, we'll see you when we get there. guy spotted out a camera. Guy spotted out a camera. Excuse me. And to begin with, it was like, no, can't record in it. Definitely not. Against company policy. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, that's fine. And a couple of minutes later, he come round and he went, so what you're recording for, is it for work? And I said, well, yes and no. I'm just reversing back out of this place. I said yes and no. It's kind of, I do videos on YouTube. Still can't bring myself to say vlogs. And he went, oh right, okay. He said, yeah, it's just, you know, we shouldn't really record in it. I said, that's fine. I said, I tend to just record the bits that I do. So I'm very aware we're not allowed to get faces in unless we have your permission, but it's just really an idea of what I do. Because my son likes to watch the videos. It kind of gives us that link, or both my sons enjoy watching the videos. It just gives us a bit of a link through the week, because we don't live together, so. And he said, oh right, okay. He said, so you won't get my face in? I said, well, if you don't want me to get it in, I'll do my best to keep you out. Right, he said. Go on, he said, I don't mind, as long as you don't get me in it. And I said, all right, okay. What happened to the company? I said, okay, fair enough. I won't argue. So we set the camera up, and as soon as I started recording, he kept coming back and he was saying, well, should we do this? Should we do that? I said, yeah, go for it. And then right at the end, when he said, I can make this roll of paper spin round and round and round if you want. I said, now you're just showing off. But yeah, go on then. So he was absolutely belting, that bloke. Absolutely amazing. So there you go. It's also, for me, having the confidence just to take the camera into buildings and places. If you're outside, it's not so bad because I can hide it somewhere, but that was blatantly obvious there. But when I said to him, well look, all I've done is recorded me pretty much opening the side and taking the straps off. And then he kind of relaxed a little bit. And I was going to stop it there, to be honest. I might have tried to sneak one in of him getting a roll off, but once we started talking and once he realised what it was for, it was absolutely fine. Still doesn't want to be in it, so I'll do my best not to get you in it. Might have got you with a little thumbs up at the end there though. So if you see it and you want me to take it out, just shout and we'll take it off. But I think you're a star. I think you're absolutely brilliant. So there you go. Right, well, on with the day. Oh, frog in my throat this morning. On with the day. And we don't want to be turning left here, we want to be going straight on. Fan will let me out, thank you. On with the day. Going to Manchester now. Manchester. Let's turn my camera around so we can see where we're going, shall we? Scandinavianz now. Mark 12. Still raining. How's that? How's that look? That looks alright, doesn't it? There we go. Yeah, so off to Manchester. We've got a Tesco's distribution place. I'm just moving my paperwork out of the way so it doesn't go flying when I hit the brakes at some point. Come on, frog, get out. Yeah, it might just be a load of pallets or something going back to Birmingham. We'll see when we get there. We're about an hour and my hat's squeaking away up there, can you hear it? That's it, stopped. Probably just a load of pallets to take back to Birmingham. And like I say, we'll see when we get there. But that was, I enjoyed that. I actually enjoyed that. And inside the little building there where we just got unloaded was heated. So although it's quite chilly out here, what we're on 12 degrees today. It was 27 degrees yesterday and down to 12 today. So it's noticeably colder. But in that room, it was warm. 25 degrees, I think he said. As soon as I went in, everything just steamed up with the temperature difference. Now, one of the back reels, we're not sure whether it was water that came in off the curtain when I opened it, or whether it's actually come into the trailer. But one of the reels was a little bit damp at the back, but he reckons it went through about a centimetre. And he said, it should be fine, it will just dry out in the warehouse. So I've signed a disclaimer. At the end of the day, if it's got damaged, then they just claim for a new roll. And it's just one of them things, unfortunately. Especially when you're using, I mean, it's not an old trailer by any stretch of the imagination, but it's probably done a few miles now. And these things do happen from time to time, especially when it rains. If you remember back to my Maxi days, some of their trailers, cool dear, you might as well have not bothered with the curtains. And especially when you had a massive downpour of rain. We used to get loads refused because of the rain damage. Doesn't matter how tight you do up the curtains, there was just gaps and holes. But I know towards the end they'd replaced quite a few of their trailers, so I don't know. I don't know. Alright when it's dry. Absolutely fine when it's dry. Right, well, we're back on the M6 and we're heading south to Manchester. Just about to go over the River Ribble. There it is. That's dropped down a lot since last time I saw it. Hopefully the sound's going to be a bit better this week. So I only get one chance to put these videos up. Once it's up, it's up. You know what I mean? Once you see it on YouTube, I actually just delete everything off my hard drive because I have not got the capacity. Each video is about 20 gig. So you just haven't got the space to keep everything. The only bits I keep are like interesting bits, or if I think it can be used later on, but very, very rarely. Normally I just delete everything, start again next week. But I do appreciate the comments. I like the feedback. But every week there's something somewhere in a video that's gone pear-shaped, but hey, I'm a human. And I know there's better videos out there, and you know, if you lose your head with me, then go and watch them. I'm just an ordinary guy doing a job, trying to have a bit of fun along the way. You just have to stick with it. And one day, you'll get to see an absolutely perfect, I nailed it video. And then there'll be a flurry of comments going, you nailed it! I'll be like, I know! I can't do it again though. Right, well, we'll leave you for now because this weather's just miserable. And we'll see you in a little bit. Ta for now. Well, we're on the M60, Manchester Ring Road. As you can see, the traffic has definitely picked up again with the ease of the lockdown. Definitely more cars, more of everything really on the roads. And this weather, oh. It's a shame they couldn't have just kept the lockdown going through to the end of summer. But like we say, the economy, you know, you've got to keep things going. It is a worry though, isn't it? It is a worry. And we're still 20 minutes or so away from where we're going in Manchester. I don't think I've been to this one before, so to work it out when we get there. I never like flashing trucks in that close, especially in the rain. You just kind of think you've got 400 miles of motorway ahead of you. There's really no need to pull in 3 inches off the front of my truck. Especially when you're going uphill. And there we go. But we're back to everybody just sat in the second lane, not having enough room so you can move out if you need to. Back to square one, really. They just make it difficult because you're always thinking, you've had 6 weeks of driving around and you've been able to get where you need to sensibly without having to constantly check what's going on around you. I know that's the case when the traffic builds up, but you do find when the traffic is busy that you end up thinking for everybody, not just yourself, which is all part of being, you know, a driver. But there's an awful lot of people that don't. They only think about themselves. And for anybody that's been on the road for any length of time, so this car here that's just gone across to the left, oh, and the van straight across the solid white line. Like I say, we're just back to normal, just about. Although saying that, there is still a way to go. We're still not completely as busy as we were, but there's definitely a marked increase, without a doubt. But windy as well. We stayed at Charlotte Richard last night, and Charlotte Richard brings back a lot of memories, because when I used to drive the coaches based in Penrith, up in the Lake District, we used to do all the West Cumbria pickups right the way around the coast of Cumbria. And Charlotte Richard used to be the first real break that we had as a driver. You do all the pickups, sort all the suitcases out, get everybody in their seats, and then you used to hit the motorway. Charlotte Richard was an hour and a quarter from Penrith. So back then, and the laws have changed now, you used to be able to split your driving break into 3 bits, as long as you had a minimum of 15 minutes. So you could do, you know, I used to drive out west, out to Whitehaven maybe, take 15 minutes at Whitehaven before my first collection, do all the pickups all the way around Cumbria. Your last pickup was Penrith, or 99% of the time, so you'd have 15 minutes at Penrith, and then down to Charlotte Richard, and then you'd give them 20 minutes, half an hour maybe, but that was enough to give you your third stop, and then you could just trash on from there. I used to get down to St Ives in Cornwall, and we used to go all over. But Charlotte Richard was always the first major services that we stopped at. And if there was another coach that had done collections in a different area, say he'd gone out towards I don't know, Barnard Castle, out that way across the A66, you'd also meet up at at Charlotte Richard and transfer your passengers there. So lots of memories, lots and lots of memories, and it hasn't changed much. There we go, a little bit of nostalgia. So we're 10 minutes away now, so we'll do a little bit of a time lapse if there's enough time until we get there. Definitely having a bit of a womble trying to find this one. I don't think it should be a Tesco, but I don't think it's been signed up as a Tesco yet. So we'll have another go around the block. And if I can't find it this time, then we'll stop and ask a question somewhere. Driven all the way around the block. Let's see if we can see it somewhere else. And we had to keep going around the block anyway. Couldn't get turned around anywhere, so Google Maps isn't really helping. I think it might be quite a new place, or a recent addition, or I could just be wrong. Maybe I drove past it and didn't see it. That wouldn't surprise me. I'm good at that. Let's have another go. All I'll do this time is if I can't see it, then I'll just get out and ask. Can't be far away. Unit 30 we're looking for. It's UK Mail. Units 53 to 64. Either a million miles away or we're right on top. There'll be no in between. Can't see any unit numbers on that one. Gate in there. Looks like we're gonna have to go around again. Can't be that far away. Ah, units. Ooh, 20 to 34. Okay. What have we done? crunch into something. 20 to 34. Wonder if it's in this next bit. Any unit numbers anywhere. Well, they don't make life very easy, do they? Just pull in and let this lorry come past. Been here before, haven't we? This is where we all started off, I think. Come on, Stevie. Where are you? Ooh, the numbers are going up. Some bigger numbers. I've just seen the number 30 on a signpost. I just don't know where number 30 is. We'll get there. We'll get there. I can't help but wonder if it's not this Howard Tenman's place. So I'm gonna go and ask. Back in a minute. Right then, we are loaded and good to go. It's taken a little while just to get the paperwork sorted, but that's okay, not to worry. I don't know which way out we're meant to go. Assuming we go this way. Yep. And no wonder we had trouble finding this place. Speed bumps, bumps, are just horrendous. See what I mean? Oh, can't get over the bump. There we go. Just because the ground's wet. And this here to the left is the security setup. Now the only clue that we were at Tesco was just to the right of me. I don't know if you can see it, let's just turn my camera around. That was it. That's the only signpost to say that we were at Tesco. Which you can't see from the other direction. Never mind. We got there in the end. Now we're all loaded up. got 390 blue pallets. And we're going to drop them off at Birmingham. So according to everything online and Google Maps and everything, this place was actually further up this road, straight on. This is the road where we came out of a couple of times and turned left, but we should have come out and turned right. We'll know for next time, but that was definitely not one of the easier ones to find. So Manchester is 108 miles, 2 and a bit hours, nearly 2.5 hours, which I can do, but I might have a break before we get there because I won't be able to do much else once we are there. So I might just have a break on the way down. So hopefully we should be there about 1:15 with a bit of luck. And then I don't know after that. We'll find out as the day goes on. It's still pretty quiet though, isn't it? Considering we're on the outskirts of Manchester. My mug has started to wobble around in the mug holder, and it's got like a grating noise. Excellent. Round the roundabout we go, and we're coming up to this one here. Right, well we'll just do a time lapse I think, unless anything happens along the way that's of interest, and we'll see you when we get to Birmingham. For now. NEC in Birmingham. I decided just to get here because from what I remember last time I was here, there was an area where I could go and park up. So I can probably just get my break once I've got unloaded. Which is fine. Keep going. Because every time you stop, even if you stop for half an hour in the services, you kind of lose an hour by the time you've got in, got parked, done your thing and got back out again. So if I can get me break on site, I don't really need anything this time round, so it's alright. I think last time I was here, they had a touchscreen thing as you went in, and the second line on it wasn't working or something, and it was a bit of a nightmare putting my registration number in. In the end, the forklift guy just said, "Just come in." Yep. I think it's the same place. Definitely been here before, I just can't quite remember it. But if it's the one I think it is, then we're okay for a break once I've got unloaded. But even if not, I'm still only on 3.5 hours, so I've got an hour to go and get parked up somewhere or thereabouts. Just the other side of this roundabout, if I remember right, before you get to the next one. And if you end up going past it, you just go around the roundabout, come back, keep going around roundabouts until you eventually get it. God, this weather. I've got to keep an eye out for it. I think it was just before the roundabout. Yeah, there it is, look. Third entrance. HGV, next gate. There we go. Yeah, it is. It is this place. Let's hope they've got the screen sorted out this time. There's 2 and 3 pallet traffic. I'll go and book myself in just under that little canopy on the right. Right, catch up with you shortly.